Hey crafty friends, so welcome back to the channel. Today we are making a galaxy card using the Beep Bot Bot Stencil, the Everyday Sentiment set. We're also going to be using the Starfighters mini die set that's right here, and the Beep Boop Bot and the mini Starfighters die set are for limited time only. I think if they sell out before June 15th, that'll be it for a while. So you want to get them now. This is the card we're going to be making, a version of this. You probably saw this on Instagram the other day. We're going to start off with our galaxy background, and we're going to start off with some Distress Oxide in Twisted Citron. And we're going to ink blend that first. And it doesn't matter if it's splotchy or not, because with a galaxy background, it's going to look bad before it looks good. I'm coming in now with some Villainous Potion, and I'm just layering those over each other so that we can get that going. And now is where it's going to start changing. We're going to come around the edge with some Black Soot Distress Oxide ink. And I always like to start around the edge and go around it first, and then work my way into the middle to start blending in those colors. What's going to happen is, once we start blending those, we're going to actually come in and add a second layer of each of those colors so that it really takes the galaxy up a little notch and blends everything together well. So don't worry about it when it's looking rough. It's going to look better once you start, as you keep going. So don't be afraid of that. Now here's our second layer. We're going to come in and add some more color and start blending that into the black soot. But we do want those pops of color in there, so it really will stand out. So here we go again. Now we're going to add a little bit more black soot to blend everything all nice and over and lined up and make it really pretty. Now the next step is what's really going to smooth everything out. Okay, as I continue my ink blending and blending those in slightly, I don't blend the entire thing together. Now we're going to take this off, and we're going to put this in our splat box. We're going to take our iridescent shimmer spray and spray that, and that's going to smooth all of our ink blending out. Now we're going to take and add our stars. You can use the picket fence or the opaque white, either one. We're going to use picket fence, and we're just going to spray our stars on there. Don't go crazy. We just want to get a little texture in there, and I'm going to set that to the side and let it dry. And while we do that, we're going to work on our Beep Boop Bot. I can get it. Okay, this is the layering die set. It has two die sets, but there are two stencils on each side. Plus you have your mask layer. Now we're going to line up our first layer of our stencil. They are numbered. I showed you that. So we're going to line that up on the edge of our cardstock right here on our little grip mat. And I'm going to come in with just some gray ink and add some shadow around the edge. That way it's going to make our bot stand out. So we're going to go ahead and add that little shadow in there. And since he's going to be white, some of him, this really helps make that stand out. All right, so there is our shadow layer. Now we're going to come in with our second layer of our stencil. This is part of his electronics, I guess. I really don't know. It's just part of his little decor. Okay, so we'll go with decor. I'm going to do this in orange this time because I am a big fan of orange. It's my favorite color. So I wanted an orange bot. So I'm coming in with some, these are all inks from Pink Fresh Studio inks. They are in a color family, and it has your light, medium, and dark, or light, two mediums, and a dark. So we're just going to layer those colors up. I am taking it lighter as it comes up. I'm starting at that bottom with the darkest part of it and letting it fade out into each of the other colors. So all four of those colors are the same. I did clean the stencil in between each color. Now we're going to take and add in our little eyes and our little beeps or bops of our little bot, his little sensors. So I'm coming in with just a dark gray ink and just coming right over those circles. And I am going to add in a little bit more, just a little bit right there, a little bit darker color to make it. I think I did actually add black. I can't remember. It's either super dark gray or black. Now we're going to flip it around, and we have our second layer of our little sensors. And we are going to do a lighter gray at the bottom, and we also have our little ridge for him. So we're going to do that in two or three different shades of gray. We're starting darker on the edges and coming in lighter towards the center and blending all that in. I did add a little bit the second layer right there to make it a little darker. And I'm going to come in with some embossing paste right over that highlight for his little eye. And then that's it. I'm going to clean my stencil and I'll be right back. Now, as I'm soaking my stencil, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the spaceships and the little space station is what we'll call it. And we're going to add a little color to those. The dies do cut out the little details. So be careful with that. I did tape them back in and held it right there with tape so that I could hold it. But I did add just a little bit of ink blending to add just a little bit of shadow around that so it would stand out a little bit more and not just be flat cardstock. Now I'm going to stamp my sentiments, and I just have a strip of some white cardstock. I'm going to stamp birthday wishes and greetings. Our original card said, greetings, happy birthday. This one we're going to say, greetings, birthday wishes. We're going to stamp that down, and we'll set that to the side and let that dry. We are going to fussy cut our bot out. So I'm just going to take my scissors and come right along the edge of our stenciled background. Now, you don't have to do this. You could use the mask and do your rest of your galaxy that way. I chose to do it this way because I knew I wanted to pop him up. So we're just going to go ahead and trim that out. It's super easy to do. If you had a big enough circle die, you could totally put that on there and cut it out. My circle dies were not big enough. I looked because that was my first instinct. We're going to go ahead and add our galaxy onto our card base, which is just a standard A2 card base. And you can see how that just totally changed everything by adding those colors or those sprays. Now I'm going to pop him up using some foam tape. So we're just going to pop foam tape behind him. And we will peel those backings off. And I will add some liquid glue behind there because y'all know I have to do that. It's just how I roll. I like that movement. So we're going to go ahead and add that wiggle room around there. And line him right up at the bottom. Now, I had so much wiggle room on this. I did not realize that I got him off of the edge of the card. I did not realize that because I wiggled him a little too much. Now, see, I taped that on there, tape those pieces into place. I'm going to hold them with my tweezers and just take and run glue along the back. I did accidentally poke that one little one out. I have to poke it back in of our little space station, quote unquote. We'll pop him in there, and then we're going to take our little fighter, one of our little spacecrafts, pop him on the background, add that centerpiece back in because, you know, I like the little details. And since we added that shading in there, we're going to add that in there. And then we have our little bad guy fighter spaceship. We're going to pop them in there so they're out there having a battle. All right, now let's cut our sentiments down. We're going to just trim off the edge of our sentiments. And then I'm going to pop those up using foam tape, I believe, if memory serves correct. Yes, I do. I did pop foam squares behind there. So we'll just pop foam squares behind both of those. And then we will pop those on with our little greetings. I just thought it was funny where it says greetings, happy birthday, like it was an alien. I thought it was super cute. All right, there's a look at both cards. And here's a closer look at the card we made together. If you like this video, you're probably going to like the comment right there. And I will see you over there. Bye, guys. Stay crafty. Love you.